And joining us now is Cara Assistant Professor of Anthropology and Director of the Human Energetics Laboratory, who developed her own science kit, Ruby's Laboratory Manual. Cara, welcome to Notre Dame Day.
Hi, Emily. Thank you so much. And a really quick correction, it's Ocobock.
Ocobock.
And
Oh,
there are
thank you.
two other Ocobocks on campus, so I always want to be clear.
Thank you. Thank you. I apologize about that. Thank you for being here with us today. What is Ruby's Laboratory Manual and why did you create it?
It's one of these roundabout stories in something I never thought would go big, actually kind of exploded into this really wonderful project. So Ruby is my niece. My brother and sister-in-law are also both professors here on campus, and Ruby is their daughter. And she turned 6 this past October. And around about August, when she starts thinking about her birthday, months in advance, of course, my brother told me that she wanted a new science kit. And, you know, Auntie Cara is a scientist, and this just delighted me that she wanted something to increase her awareness of science and do the hands-on fun stuff kids love to do. And so I started researching some of the pre-made kits that you can buy online or anywhere. And I was really disappointed in what the offerings were. It didn't really take kids through the scientific process. And sometimes there was this mixing of magic and science that made me feel uncomfortable. And of course, there was nothing about actual scientists who do this kind of work. And so, you know, from late August through to early October, I decided to design a lab manual just for my niece. And when that was said and done, there were 28 experiments, I think, at that point. And I was really proud of what I did. So I, you know, took a picture and posted it on social media. And it blew up overnight. I think I was very naive in thinking that this was something that, you know, it's just cute and fun and, you know, people might like it for the effort, but not be something that went over so well. And so I ended up having to try to make this lab manual freely available and downloadable to anybody. And I think I responded to something like over 1,200 Twitter direct messages within a week, trying to get these lab manuals out to folks.
Wow, well, you just mentioned that the kit went viral on social media, on Twitter, and you mentioned you were blown away, but can you walk us through a little more your reaction to that?
Well, one was panic. I think the first reaction was, oh my goodness, I think it was the naivety of not realizing how badly both educators and parents needed something like this during the pandemic, where so many kids were staying at home and they needed educational activities. And so, you know, I went to bed having posted that, and then I woke up to more notifications than I could handle in a reasonable amount of time. And, you know, being a professor, this kind of thing is a side project, and it's not really my job of, you know, research and teaching. And so I think there were 2 weeks where all productivity just shut down. And I had to respond to these messages one by one. And then I worked with some folks at Notre Dame to get a compressed PDF file that I could easily upload, and it wouldn't be hard for folks with bad internet to download. And so Notre Dame was also crucial in helping make this as widely as accessible as possible.
Yeah, can you tell us how the Center for Social Concerns helped to make this possible?
So lots of people helped to make this possible. And so there's the Center for Social Concerns and the Riley Center, and then the Science Policy Initiative here on campus, which is a graduate student group that I've been involved with previously. And Morgan Munson, I have to give her all the credit in the world. She's part of the Science Policy Initiative. I said, hey, I made this lab manual. Wouldn't it be awesome if we were able to put together some physical kits and give them to, you know, kids around town, perhaps in areas that are a little bit more disadvantaged than others. And she took that idea and ran with it, and she applied for funds through the Science Policy Network, as well as through the Center for Social Concerns here at Notre Dame. And we were awarded funds to put together, I think in the end, 250 kits that were distributed to 1st through 8th graders at St. Adalbert School.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Ocobock. Get a little do-over there. I apologize again.
No,
about the
it is not an easy name. Don't you dare worry.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's great to have you here on Notre Dame Day.
Great. Thank you so much.